The San Diego Gulls just delivered one of their biggest wins of the season. After dropping 3 straight games, San Diego responded with a 6-4 win over Rockford, snapping the skid and keeping themselves firmly in the Pacific Division playoff race. And the night belonged to Ryan Carpenter. The Gulls captain scored his 100th and 101st career AHL goals, both on the power play, finishing with a 3-point night. The special teams were huge. San Diego scored 4 goals with the power play and penalty kill, including a shorthanded breakaway by Nikita Nesterenko. Rookie defenseman Stan Solberg added another goal, and Nicholas Brouillard became the all-time goals leader in goals by a defenseman. The Gulls now sit 6th in the Pacific Division, but they're right in the middle of the playoff race. And with a big matchup coming up against San Jose this week, the question now is simple. Are the Gulls about to start rolling at the right time, or are they still searching for consistency before the playoff push? The Gulls may just have had one of the most important weekends of the season. After dropping the 3 straight games, Frank, they really bounced back with a big win over Rockford.
Yeah, 6-4 win over Rockford, snapping that skid, keeping themselves in the playoff race right now, sitting 6th in the Pacific Division at 62 points, right in the middle of the fight, only a few points behind Coachella Valley and Bakersfield, trying to stay ahead of Henderson and Tucson. So it's starting to feel like playoff hockey in the AHL already.
Yeah, this stretch is very important for the Gulls. But what happened this week? It started with a 3-2 loss to San Jose and the Barracuda. Gulls were competitive, but San Jose continues to show why they're third in the division. Still, there were positive. Tristan Leno scored and continues to develop into one of the Gulls' most productive defensemen. Matthew Phillips added another assist and now has nearly 40 points on the season. And Sasha Pastujov continues to lead them offensively. And, you know, it was they might have lost, but the games, again, continue to be competitive and close, even in losses.
Yeah, absolutely. And this next one is no different. They came home for a 2-game set against Rockford. Friday night did not go their way. They lost 3-2, despite goals from Pastujov and Sam Colangelo. Head coach Matt McIlvaine said the difference came down to a few mistakes that Rockford capitalized on. Saturday night, though, different story. Exploded for 6 goals, a 6-4 win, snapping the losing streak that they needed to really break. And it was a night full of milestones and big performances.
Yeah, you look at some of the key player trends this past week. A few players are really driving this team right now. Sasha Pastujov named leader he's now the team leader with 40 points. He continues to be the Gulls' most consistent offensive weapon. Matthew Phillips, nearly 40 points as well, has 10 points in his last 10 games. And defensively, Tristan Leno, 11 points in his last 13 games, looking more confident every week.
Yeah, absolutely. And also you got Callie Klang sitting in net, continuing to steadily improve, 14, 4, and 6 on the season after that big win against Rockford, ahead of guys doing what they've done, like Ryan Carpenter, his 100 and 101st career AHL goals, finishing with 3 points. Solberg scoring his 9th goal of the season in his rookie campaign. Nikita Nesterenko scoring the first shorthanded goal of his AHL career. Nicholas Brouillard becoming the all-time goals leader in goals by a defenseman, passing Brandon Montour, who's now off to bigger and better things in the NHL. So it's been a full team effort from the net all the way out to the center line.
And that's not even talking about Nathan Gauthier, who quietly has produced 12 points in his last 14 games as well. But here's where you're at in the standings. Gulls are in a fascinating position right now. They're 6th in the Pacific Division, but the race is extremely tight. Ontario leads the division. Colorado and San Jose are right behind. Bakersfield and Coachella Valley sit just ahead of San Diego, but right behind the Gulls, Henderson and Tucson, both chasing playoff spots. So every point matters right now.
Yep, and every matchup is going to be inside the division, especially the upcoming ones against San Jose this weekend are now absolutely huge because you're fighting for those spots. You're fighting for every point that you can possibly find, if not to catch up, to stay ahead from those nipping at your heels behind.
Well, even the best part, too, is the Gulls survived the trade deadline.
Yes, they
The
did.
Gulls survived the trade deadline. The Ducks only traded away a couple of draft picks and a defenseman from the big club, from their own club. And so with not a lot of moves, a lot of young talent still here in the Ducks organization, but more specifically in San Diego.
Absolutely, and that's a huge, huge point that will probably be overlooked because you think the NHL is the key focus of the trade deadline, but for teams with minor league towns, those teams tend to get broken up pretty bad during the trade deadline, and San Diego was able to stay pretty firm and consistent.
Playoff push time now for the Gulls in the month of March. On to the couple first weeks of April. Should be a fun one to watch here in San Diego.